Hello everyone, good morning. First of all, warm welcome to OIC training by GinoGeeks. In this video, we'll look at how to automate FPDA process in OIC. Okay, the FPDA stands for file-based data import, and it is the bulk data loader option available in financials and SCM modules of ERP Cloud. So if you want to load transactions or the master data in bulk into financials or SCM modules, you will have to use FPDA process. It is one of the standard data loader option. When technical consultants load the data from the current legacy system of the client, it could be R12 or any other system, the technical consultants will prepare the FPDA files manually, and they will log into the ERP cloud application, and they will run the loader and import jobs manually. But this approach would work absolutely fine when the implementation project is going on. But after the project goes live, clients cannot maintain technical consultants to do the daily data loads, right? So even after go live, the client would definitely have some systems from where a feed needs to go into ERP cloud on a daily basis. So it could be a journals file from a core banking system. In case it's a banking client, every banking client will have their own core banking system, right? So when they implement ERP, they're not going to replace their core banking system with ERP. They will still have their core banking system where the journals get created. And that at the end of the day, a journal files will be created with all the journals created on that particular day. And during the night, that file needs to be loaded into ERP cloud. So we're just taking core banking system and a banking client as an example, but it can be any other use case. So wherever you have a requirement to load in files into ERP cloud from some other system, from some other data source, it could be exchange rates from Bloomberg that might need to be loaded into ERP cloud instance. So in such cases, you cannot have a technical consultant just to do this data load activity, right? That's where building an integration in OIC to automate the whole FPDA process helps. And this is one of the most common integration patterns you come across in real time. Okay, so FPDA automation integrations, as it is popularly known. And in this video, we'll see how to build a scheduled orchestration to automate the FPDA process. And as an example, we are going to load a GL daily rates or exchange rates into ERP cloud. In ERP cloud, yes, every day the daily exchange rates need to be loaded. And who is going to provide that file? It depends on the client. A client might have an agreement with an external service provider like a Bloomberg, and Bloomberg might provide a file, exchange rates file daily, and that file need to be loaded into ERP cloud. So we'll build an integration which will do exactly that. So the flow would look something like this. So the data source, it could be Bloomberg or a core banking system. They generate a file in FPDA format, that is important, and they place the file in SFTP server. So they do it overnight, probably at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning. And we're going to build a scheduled orchestration, and we'll schedule that orchestration to run at 3:30 or 4:30. Maybe we have some buffer time after the data source plays the file. And from that scheduled orchestration, we're going to read the file from SFTP first using FTP adapter. And then we use ERP cloud adapter to kick off the bulk import in ERP cloud. Okay. And once the bulk import is initiated in ERP cloud, bulk import is nothing but kicking off the loader and the import jobs in ERP cloud so that the data from the file can be loaded into base tables. Okay. So after the bulk import finishes in ERP cloud, or after the file is loaded successfully, ERP cloud raises a business event called ERP import bulk data business event. And what we can do is we can create another integration. So this will be your main integration wherein you pick up the file and load it in ERP cloud. But typically in a scheduled orchestrations like this, there will be some post-processing required. Okay, so you are since this is a scheduled orchestration, nobody is going to kick this off, right? So it runs overnight, and you might have to do some post-processing actions after the file is loaded successfully in ERP Cloud, right? So what are those actions? What could be those post-processing actions be? So it could be like sending out a notification to the concerned stakeholders. And you might also want to archive the file that you have already processed so that it doesn't get picked up again. So you can do such post-processing in another integration called callback integration. Okay, so in the main integration, you just pick up the file, kick off the bulk import in ERP Cloud, and the main integration finishes. After the file is loaded in ERP Cloud, the ERP import bulk data business event gets raised, and we'll create another callback integration to subscribe to that business event. And so after the file is after the file is processed successfully, event gets raised. And since we have subscribed to that event from callback, our callback integration gets triggered automatically. And from the callback integration, you can do things such as sending out a notification, archiving the data file, or for that matter, you can include any logic that your client wants in callback. It is not a mandatory to have a callback, but it is, every client would request for some sort of a post-processing action. Okay, and whenever you want to do some post-processing actions in FPDA processing, you will have to use a callback. So in this video, we'll see how to build the main integration, which will be a scheduled orchestration to pick up the file and load in ERP Cloud. In the next video, I will explain what are the prerequisites to receive the callback from ERP Cloud. There are some prerequisite setups that needs to be in place. We'll go through those setups in the next video. And in the third video from now, I'll explain how to build a callback integration. And we will test the whole flow post that, once the main and callback integrations are ready. Let's get started. So how many connections do we need for this integration? We need FTP connection and we need ERP Cloud connection, right? So let's go ahead and create the connections. Let me log into OIC. I'm already logged in. Go to integrations tab, go to connections. Let's create new connections. And the first connection is of type FTP. Select FTP adapter, and you can call it as Geeks FPDI FTP connection. Select the role as trigger and invoke, that's fine. Create it. And you need to mention the host address here. So I'll copy the SFTP server details. SFTP connection, yes. And this is an embedded SFTP server in OIC. If you want to see how to enable embedded file server, you can check out one of the video where I explain how to enable and use a file server. Scroll down and enter the username and password. Test the connection. And if the file that you need to process is an encrypted one, so if the file that a data source is going to place in SFTP is an encrypted one, you can get the decryption key from the data source and you could upload that decryption key here. Okay, so you could upload it here as a PGP private key. And once you do this, wherever you use this connection, FTP connection, in the integration flow to read the file, you can enable the checkbox to decrypt the file as well. And when you select that option, the file will be decrypted with the private key that you upload here. Okay, so let's go back. And let's create ERP Cloud connection. Select ERP Cloud adapter. And we'll use a public cloud instance for this. Here are the details. Yeah, I'll call it as Geeks FPDI ERP connection. Leave it as trigger and invoke and create it. Paste in the ERP Cloud instance name till.com and you change this. Yeah, you enter the username and password. So you can enter Casey Brown and the password. Test the connection. You should see a successful confirmation message soon. Okay, it's tested successfully. Let's go back and build the integration now. Go to the integrations flow, create a new one, and the main integration will be of type schedule orchestration, and the callback integration will be of type app-driven orchestration. So we're building the main integration now. Select schedule orchestration and call it as Gates FPDI main service. And you can also probably add in GL daily rates. Okay. And put it in FPDI package. Create it. And let's create a folder structure. And yeah, in the home directory, I'll create a new folder. I'll call it as GL daily rates, or maybe I'll call it as FPDI. And under FPDI, I'll create a new folder. GL daily rates. And I'll create 3 folders in here: input, archive, and I'll also create a logs folder. Okay, and we will ask the data source. We will ask the data source to place the file in an SFTP location, right? So we will ask them to place it in the input directory of embedded file server in SFTP. Okay, and let's say that they place the file at 3 o'clock. We will schedule this integration that we are building now. So we will schedule this integration to run at 3:30. So this service will pick that file up, loads it into ERP Cloud, and once it is done, in the callback, we'll pick up the file and move it to archive directory. And we'll use the logs directory to capture the log files, log and output files from the ERP Cloud. Okay, which basically process that file. So click on input and let's prepare a data file. Okay, let's go to the file section, and this is a GL daily rates interface file in FPDA format. So I'll make one small change in here. I'll just change the date to 23. I'll use replace all. I'll change replace 19 with 23. So I'm trying to load exchange rates between or from USD to INR, Canadian dollar, and GBP for today. And I've mentioned the exchange rate as well. And this is the inverse rate, which means 1 divided by this value. And I will zip this CSV file. I'll zip this CSV file. So this is a CSV file in FPDA format. We need to zip it. Okay, and let's place this file in. Yeah, we can place this file in the input location. We are doing it now, but in real time, it will be a Bloomberg placing this file and in the input location. And what is our job? Our job is to build an integration which will pick up this file, loads it into ERP Cloud, and then later on we'll build a callback which will move this file from input to archive. So let's change the layout to horizontal. The first step is to read the file from input directory, and I'll use FTP connection for that. Geeks FPDA FTP connection. I'll call it as read file from SFTP. Read a file, and I'll hardcode the directory name and file names here. But in another video, I've explained a couple of ways to get these values in a dynamic way. You could either define a schedule parameters, or you could capture the directory name and file name in a lookup and pull these values from the lookup. If you do it in either of those ways, in case a directory name or a file name changes tomorrow, you will not have to edit the service. But hardcode the file name and the directory name for now, that's okay. And I don't want to specify the structure for the contents of the file. I don't want to upload a sample file. Click on done. And since I've hard-coded the directory name and file name here, I'm not going to map them here. If you define schedule parameters to receive them as input from the user, you would use this mapper to pass those schedule parameters as input to the read file operation. So we have read the file from SFTP now, and we want to kick off the bulk import in ERP Cloud. We want to load that file in ERP Cloud. To load that file in ERP Cloud, use ERP connection. And you can probably call it as invoke bulk import in ERP. And use this import bulk data option. Import bulk data into ERP Cloud. Click on next. And we'll select the bulk import process. And the import job that will load the daily rates is import and calculate daily rates. Select the import job and leave the extract file option as all. So this indicates what files do you want to download, or what files do you want to receive in the callback integration from ERP Cloud. Do you want to receive all the files, or only the error, log, or output file, or you don't want to receive anything? So leave it as all, because we want to receive all the files back into our callback integration from ERP Cloud. Click on next, and you enable callback here. So as I mentioned earlier, callback is not mandatory. You can have bulk import configured without a callback, but more often than not, you need a callback because you would definitely need to do some post-processing actions like moving the file, downloading the log files and placing it in the logs location, or sending out a notification. So every client will ask for some or other post-processing action. So you would definitely need a callback, even though it's not mandatory. Enable it, click on next, and click on done. And we need to map this file from SFTP and pass it as input to the bulk import. So let's do that mapping here. And from the read file from SFTP response, pick up the file reference, ICS file reference, and also map the file name. Okay, so those two will be sufficient. And let's go ahead and submit this, enable tracking. And let's activate the service. Enable trace, include payload, and activate it. And if you look at the file that we have placed in SFTP location, we just have a CSV file. So see, having just a CSV file is fine in case the import job doesn't need or doesn't have any parameters. So the import job that you need to kick off to load in exchange rates is import and calculate daily rates, and that import job need not or doesn't have any parameters. So when the import job doesn't have any parameters, it is absolutely fine if you just have a CSV file. But let's say if you are importing something like journals or invoices, wherein the import job, like import journals or import auto invoice, expects you to pass in some parameters. In such case, along with the CSV file, you also need to include another file called a manifest file or properties file. You need to include another file in the zip file with a dot properties extension. And in that dot properties file, you will mention what import job needs to be kicked off, and more importantly, with what parameters. Okay. So in most of the scenarios, we will ask the data source itself to prepare a properties file as well, because the content of the properties file will depend on the actual file content. So if it's a journal file, so depending on what ledger journals are included as part of that data file, so that ledger needs to be included in a properties file as a parameter, right? So since the content of the properties file also changes with the data file itself, with the data file content itself, we usually ask the data source to prepare a properties file as well and include it in the zip file, FPDA zip file. But remember that dot properties file or a manifest file is required only if the import job needs import parameters or has parameters. In the case of daily rates, import and calculate daily rates job doesn't have any parameters, so we don't need to include dot properties file. Okay. So that's about the manifest file. And we have created the integration now, and it's active. And let's log into the ERP cloud instance as well, so that we can monitor the jobs that are getting kicked off. Okay, so I'll log in as KC Brown. And to monitor the jobs that are kicked off, you can go to schedule process screen. So you can go to tools, go to schedule process. And you could see that there are some scheduled jobs running. So that's okay, leave it. Let's leave this window open. And now let's go ahead, and we also have the data file placed in the input folder of SFTP. Okay, so we have a file placed. So let's go ahead and kick off the service. This service will usually be scheduled to run at 3 o'clock or 3:30 in the morning every day. But since it's a demo session, we will just submit an ad hoc run. So let's test it. Submit now. And submit an ad hoc request as prasad@geeks.com user. Got an instance ID back. And you can click on the request to see the trace. And you see that, yes, the file has been read successfully from SFTP and the bulk import is initiated. And if you want to go ahead and monitor the request in ERP Cloud, so if you refresh it, you see that a loader job got kicked off, load interface file for import. So this will load the data from file into the interface table. So this has kicked off a child job called transfer file. This will upload the file from a file into UCM. So whenever you need to load something into ERP Cloud, you will have to upload the file to UCM. So that will be done by this transfer file job. Do a refresh. And then another tail job got kicked off, which would have dumped data from the file into interface tables. So in this case, GL daily rates interface table would have been populated. And you see that import and calculate GL daily rates job is also kicked off. So in this case, the loader itself is kicking off the import job because import job doesn't have any parameters. Okay. Could see that import job completed successfully. And we can validate if the exchange rates are loaded or not successfully. So you can click on the menu option here, go to setup and maintenance. That will take you to FSM screen, functional setup manager screen. Click on the tasks ribbon here. Go to global search. And you can search for a task called manage daily rates. Go to daily rates tab. Search for, enter the search criteria from currency as USD, from USD to INR, exchange rate for today's date, and the rate type is corporate. And you could see that the exchange rates are loaded successfully. And if you want to see when this record is loaded, click on about this record. You should see a timestamp, the current timestamp. Okay, so this is how you can do an FPDA. This is how you can automate the FPDA process. Okay, so the flow would work like this. So data source places the file at SFTP location at a predefined time, and we schedule an orchestration to run to pick up the file from SFTP with half an hour buffer, and this will get kicked off automatically. File gets loaded in ERP Cloud, and in the next video, I'll show you how you can. I'll show you how to set up a prerequisites required to receive a callback from ERP Cloud. And in a video after that, I'll show you how to set up how to create a callback integration itself. Okay, so once we are done with it, everything will be an automated flow. So the file will be placed by data source. It also happens in an automated manner from their side. OIC automated integration gets kicked off automatically, loads the file in ERP Cloud. After the file is processed successfully in ERP Cloud, ERP import bulk data events gets triggered. And that to that business event, we will create another integration called callback integration. And in the callback integration, we will subscribe to that business event. Okay, and in the callback integration, we will do the post-processing actions like archiving the file and sending out notifications or capturing the log and output files of ERP jobs or the jobs that are kicked off in ERP Cloud. Okay, so in the next video, we'll see how to set up the prerequisites for receiving callback. And a video after that, we will build an FPDA callback integration. Thank you for watching this video, guys. In case you are interested in Oracle Integration Cloud training offered by YunoGeeks, please call us on this number or send a WhatsApp message, or you can also email us on info@yunogeeks.com. Thank you.